Hey guys, I'm Steve and Tom and this is Time and Art. Now today's picture is a little special for me. I'm doing it for my parents as they are part of scouting and I was part of scouting once in my life. Now these have helped me in my life through all sorts, through my depression, through the goods and the bads. They actually got me into art when I was younger and all sorts. So this is for them. I did paint this on a very windy day. Like today, it is raining, as you can probably see. But I have to tackle it in between. So let's get into the video and let's see how it turns out. So here we go. So going down with a nice bit of purple. Now I tried purple because usually when you look at a World Scout badge, it is usually purple with a nice white background. Like I said in the intro, it was a very windy day. Unfortunately, like I said, it did blow away, so you will see a lot of these cans which are holding down the paper as much as possible. Scrump up a bit of paper, swipe, swipe, swipe. If anybody would like to see how to do this sort of thing, do watch my first video. It shows you how to do planets. I am going to be doing more instructional videos in the future. Bit of shading. Bit of light. So as you can see, I'm just filling around now with a bit of black. This is just going to help it fill in, ready for the night sky. I did have a bit of trouble going through this, and that was my spray can lid little nozzles keep blocking up. Now what I'm doing here is just going over with a bit of white on the side just to get that little bit of texture to indicate where the light is coming from. Going over a bit of spots on my finger, get the stars. Boom. As you can see, I love how that comes out. Brilliant. You will notice as well, I do use a lot of tools which I get from usually DIY stores. This is just a normal concreting trowel, but it's brilliant just to cover up what you've already painted. So I have actually been painting now for a few months now, on and off, and I learned from learning YouTube videos, doing bits and bobs, and I got into art actually through one of my parents, who are both very creative with what they do in scouting, doing different crafts and all sorts. Scouting has helped me through a lot. I would recommend anyone join scouting. It's a brilliant, amazing organisation. So we're just adding a bit of clouds here, just to give that nice night sky effect. As you can see, I do use a little bit of green and different colours through. I'll get that so when at the end you can see tiny bits of colour just when you zoom in, or get a bit of depth into the painting. What I'm doing here, as I'm going along here, I'm not doing this planned, I'm physically just doing this freestyle. And you will see things do change over time. That's the great things about spraying. If you make a mistake, you can just go over it again. We change your idea. So here you can see I was trying to do some rock effects from the side. And now I'm going to add some nice mountains inside. You can see me doing my first ever mountains in my black and white video when I was only using black paint and only white paint. These were particularly hard to do. I am still learning how to do every single step of every single thing I do when I do painting. It's something I enjoy, something I love, and you can always learn more skills. I do apologise for the camera shaking a little bit. It was very windy and I had to dodge between the wind and the rain whilst getting this painting done. If you do like what you see, please leave a comment. I'd love to know what you guys want to see. Got any ideas, any special occasions you want to see happening? Now, to get that effect of the mountains, all I have done is ripped off a bit of paper, a bit of the special paper I use, got the corner edge, and I'm using a bit of black and white, mixing together, and using that bit of ripped off edge just to get that effect. I did get this idea from another person. I did actually get it off my father-in-law, so thank you to him for giving this brilliant idea. So like I was talking about before, with spray, if you do make a mistake or you change your mind, you can always go back and go over things. In my mind, I just wasn't happy how those rocks were coming out. So I thought I'd just go over a bit of blue, a bit of black, and then try and sort something out afterwards. Just going over a little bit of detail to add some more mountains, just to hide a bit more of that grey. Now, like I said, with that grey I did add in there to be a bit of depth, but unfortunately I just wasn't quite happy with how it came out. Now, if anyone would like to know what sort of paints I use MTN 94, which I usually get from like Hobbycraft or online. I also use the usual black and whites from Home Bargains, which also have their clear coat as well. I also use any paint I can find from like B&Q, The Range, any UK stores where I live, anything like that. Any paint will do. You can learn and create any sort of artwork with what you've got. Little bits now, just to carry it on with a sponge, and this is just normal dish sponge from any shop. Like I said, you can use any tools with painting. Whoop, there goes the paint lid. It was getting even stronger at this point, and I thought in a minute I'm going to lose this paintwork. Okay, now for my favourite part, and that is the Scout emblem. I was quite nervous. I did do this picture before this one, and I completely messed it up, and I had to restart it. You wouldn't believe how much my heart was beating at this moment, making sure I'd got that level. And 3, 2, 1, boom! Fantastic. I'm very happy with this at the moment. Very, very, very happy. Like I said, with that bit of corner where the paint lid was on, little squirt, Ties it up nicely. The most important thing with any artwork is to sign it. Just do my little squiggle. Boom. Now for the reveal. Well, there we have it. We have our picture done. At one point the page did actually run off the table, which is quite frightening. Now this is going to be hopefully put into their shop, which they have in that area where they sell Scout uniform. So I hope you like what you see. Please do like and subscribe, and if you've got any ideas, please comment down below. And again, my name is Stephen Tarman, and this has been Tarman Art.